All right, well, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about my TIP project and how I integrated some technology into my classroom. I'm going to be talking about the digital portfolio integration and how I use certain technologies to reinforce the 4Cs and also allow my students to create a portfolio as they move throughout their high school career that'll benefit them in job interviews and other scenarios later. So my problem that was addressed was, career pathway students should be able to show growth through their, 3 or 4 years that they spend in a program. So I see it as their teacher, but how does someone that's not in the classroom see it? And one way I was thinking is to have a digital portfolio. So could we digitally track this portfolio over time? And is there an online Web 2.0 medium that we could use to do so? And then taking it one step further, is there a way that we could create a tool so that it could help them scan like handmade work? So if they build something or they do handmade sketches, can we build something to allow them to scan this and put it on their website or their portfolio? If they have these things, at their fingertips, then maybe they'll be able to carry their work forward. For example, this is one of my students' work. She 3D modeled a minion chess set, and this is King Bob. And she did all this from scratch, it's important that she takes this with her to show future employers. All right, so the conceptual solution, Web 2.0 is the evolution of the internet from reading, just reading information from a website to actually interacting with websites and building your own. So a lot of these websites are like webs.com, wix.com, and weebly.com. I personally am a fan of Wix, so that's what I had my students use during this exploration. There's also app building websites that do block coding like Scratch, but we use MIT App Inventor in my classroom. And these things help push the 4C. So, with communication, students are easily communicate their ideas through their portfolio website. It also allows for collaboration on teamwork, and you'll see that in the example I show. Creativity, because of the design and how they actually format their website and relay the information they have. And also critical thinking, doing these projects and then figuring out how to display it and taking this portfolio and maybe applying for grants and scholarships. So the technology used, I've mentioned them already, but for storing and displaying students' work, Wix.com was used. It's a free website interface that allows you to build your own site. Very easy to use, drag and drop. So students can put pictures, documents, videos, music, pretty much anything they would like on this website. Also take in like sketches and a lot of schematic drawings. To make those digital, we needed a way to scan it, and using a scanner takes time and you got to move a flash drive. So we started the development of an app in MIT App Inventor where the students would take a picture of their work and be able to load it into Wix. So the process, students create a Wix.com portfolio. Basically, it's just a website, display their personal information and achievements. The website is updated for each project, so hand drawings, models, templates, anything that they do in the class to display their work. Students then began working on the app. It did not come to full completion, but it was started just because of the time constraints on when this was started. The portfolio website should ideally follow the students throughout their high school and throughout their 3 and 4 years of manufacturing. And then they could use it later in life for job interviews, college interviews, scholarships, and just really demonstrate the exemplary work that they've done so far. So the implementation, I plan to do this with my first years starting in this spring, and then they'll add to it their sophomore year, junior year, and senior year until they have a full 3 or 4 year portfolio. But for now, I just wanted to do it with 5 of my trusted seniors just to see what they could build. They were missing a lot of their work, but they were able to put a lot of their senior work, and it really looked great when they were finished. So we spent about a week, 3 90-minute class periods building up their website, finding their work, getting it in the right format, and doing some designing. And then we did one class period where we actually started working on the app. And then that was about as far as we got. So the students actually sat down and we went through their website and got feedback from me, and they're adjusting, and I expect over the next couple months they'll even get better. And I evaluated them according to how they displayed their work and how it was formatted. So just quick screenshot. This is one of my students, Emily. She is a senior right now, and she's more on the creative side. So a lot of her designing and sketching and stuff's really creative. So this is just one little snippet out of her project section where she's talking about her birdhouse, and you can actually go through the slideshow and see different pictures. This is a screenshot of the app we started. This is just the block programming. I will show you a little piece more of it in a little bit. So real quick, I wanted to show their website. So this is Emily's website. She had a homepage, and on the homepage was just kind of a picture and a little information. She hasn't completed her resume yet. She's still working on that. But she has her work and her skills, and they're displayed through projects. So she's a dual pathway, manufacturing and healthcare. So far, she's just added manufacturing in. But you can see here, this is one project. She did an umbrella with an attachable, detachable shade in case the wind's blowing. And it was for a technology fair where you had to modify a current product. So she's able to demonstrate that, and then her birdhouse, which I had the snippet of. So you could see the finished product, the design phase, and where they were actually modeling it. And here's some of her modeling. She modeled this duck, and we 3D printed it. And she also created myself a business card holder with my name and pen slots and USB ports, and for also the business cards. So she's still working on this. She's got several more projects to add, but I wanted to demonstrate, an example. I've also got the app that was created. So the idea would be for this app, real basic design right now. It just has a take picture button and a little bit of code, but the students would be able to actually, it's been a while since I logged in. The students would actually, I apologize, they'd be able to take their phone, and I have to scan this code to put it on my phone at the moment. Give me a sec. Alright, so they take their phone, and as you can see, I have it on my phone with the take picture button. Alright, so I could look at something and then take a picture of it, and I'm looking at my secondary monitor here, and you can see on my secondary monitor that I was able to take a picture. So they can quickly take a picture of something and have it loaded into this app, and we're in the process of linking it to Wix through a database. So this is something that I would like to continue to develop with my students, but it's just going to take a lot of time. Alright, so let me get back to this screen. Alright, so kind of the results that we're seeing from this. I wanted to put quotes, the students' feedback, so I really regret not keeping my early work was one of them. That was actually from Emily. I showed my website to my work-based learning supervisor, and he was very impressed with the projects I've completed. That was another one of my students, Jelani. He does 3D modeling for MGM, and they didn't realize his, I guess, how deep into 3D modeling he is until they saw this website. You should have your freshmen create one and then add a tab. That was a suggestion. I also got some negative feedback about Wix, in that I think the issue was that I didn't actually teach them to use Wix. I just threw them into it. Some future improvements would be to link the app directly to upload documents. Right now it just keeps the documents on your phone, but I want to link it to Wix. Also create video tutorials for Wix to help the students get a jump start so they're not lost and don't have issues with the interface. Give students an exemplar template, so maybe create one myself from work I've done and use that as an exemplar. And also just give them more examples of how to do procedural type stuff in Wix. Just furthermore, some lessons learned. Begin the portfolio with my freshmen and then have it break up by tabs, by the year, and by the units. Students would have to be required to upload their work. My students gave me feedback that unless I made it part of their grade, they probably wouldn't upload stuff as regularly as I wanted them to. So I have to figure out how to put it into the rubric. Again, link the app and video tutorials. And also, I would want to conduct some lectures to show the students, how to use Wix and what I expect of them. So that's my TIP project. Please leave me any feedback, questions. Let me know what you think. And thank you.